All right, so today is the day. I'm going to put the decals on the side and on the front. It's been worrying me a little bit because it's a big deal. I don't want to screw it up. So I've been posturing just a little bit, but I'm going to do it. I got some time. I got my little sanding block here with my 500 grit. I'm going to very lightly sand it. I'm going to dust it, make sure there's no dust on it, and then we'll put them on. I've got the front here. The cool thing is there's no sort of upside down for the front because most of it's going to be cut out with the coin door. And then the side ones I've got out back on a flat table, trying to flatten them out a little bit before I do it. So let's do it. So I stood the cabinet up on its back because I want to be able to push down when I'm applying the top decal. I just want to show the finish now. Once I did the sandpapering, you can sort of see it's sort of discolored, taken off the sheen, taken off any bumps and bits and pieces. I've wiped it down. That went really, really well. I'm really happy with that. Sanding it made such a huge difference. I have to trim this now before I put the sides on. So I've got my X-Acto knife. And then you sort of use the top of the wood as your guide. I'm taking the middle part out. I'm coming up through the bottom. It seemed to work okay. This is, again, I'm not too worried about the edges here because it is covered by obviously the coin door, and so really you can go. I want to go slow because I don't want to make a mistake, but it doesn't really matter which way you go. Looks good. So this is all being wiped down. It's nice and dry, nice and clean. So a lot of the videos that I watch, they start at the heavy, the deep, the big end, and work towards that way. So I'm going to tape this down, put it on. It's going to look good. Well, I did it. This side. I got one more side to go, but this, it's very stressful. I'll be honest, it was very, very stressful. I was this stressed. The key is going slow. Ideally, you have someone helping you, but it wasn't, most of the videos I saw two people do this, but it was fine. It's going slow. Peeling it back. I know I sort of sped it up, but it was really, I was going quite slow, making sure all the bubbles out. I missed a couple at the start because I was going a little bit too quick. I may put a pin in them just to get the air out, but apart from these little blemishes, which it's absolutely perfect. The finish is just incredible. I just cannot believe it. So let's get on with the other side, shall we? Before we get too carried away. Okay, so we're into the home stretch. The thing that makes this really tricky is there's very little overhang. You're really only talking a few millimeters, and I don't know, it's just something that's kind of annoying because they should allow maybe 1/4 of an inch. Here I am like going from millimeters to inches, but it means you have to be pretty much perfect from when you first put this down, because if you're wrong, it's going to veer off and there's not a lot of wiggle room. I don't know, maybe I should video this afterwards, but I don't know what I would do if I realized that halfway through I'm off track, because I don't know if you could peel it back, but I hope I'm not jinxing myself. But I was just sort of saying, before you do this, you know, that's what the taping down is for, to make sure it's in position, to make sure it's straight and literally perfect, because you can't, that's why it's so stressful. So we're going to get onto the second one. We're onto the home stretch. I'm going to put this on, trim it out, and it's going to be the cabinet decals done and dusted. So that was an A+. That was beautiful. I'm going to be trim this. This is actually a little bit more nerve-wracking because I don't want it to slide up and take a big hunk of paint off. So I start with the areas that I know are going to be covered up, and then get my groove on. Well, folks, this is a big step. The decals are on the side. I'm really happy with those. Actually, part of the most challenging thing was actually trimming it. That was not great. I don't like the seams, so here I am zooming up on them. But that's just being ridiculously picky, I think. But other than that, gosh, this looks phenomenal. I did put the back box on. It's not screwed on, so that'd be pretty bad if it fell forward. But holy smokes. Damn, it looks real, like it's coming to fruition. I know there's nothing inside it, but the outside looks amazing. Decals representing games I used to play. All custom design, my logo, Pinball Union. I just threw the door on and the plunger just for the photo op. But wow, I'm very happy with that. Bit nerve-wracking. Well, a lot nerve-wracking actually. But holy moly, that's good. Good job.